Hello and welcome to Tangle Time Arts. My name is Nina Heron and I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm struggling with a little bit of asthma, but I really wanted to get this out and take a look at Inktober Tangles 2024. We're on day 3, so please bear with me. For this project, we're going to need I'm going to use the triangle, the 3Z tile. You also need a black pen, a pencil, a tortillon, and a red pen. And your packet, if you got one of these packets online. So special shout out to Stephanie Jennifer for putting this together. And we are going to take a look at day 3, which is, I think you pronounce it Amplion. It kind of reminds me of a fleur-de-lis, and it's very pretty, but it has several steps. And Amplion is by Nina Dreher-Göddertz. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. And she's a CCT too. All right, once you've gathered your materials, we are going to start with our pencil. And we are going to put in a little guide line just so that we can follow along. I'm going to draw like a little triangle in the center here. But whereas this is pointed this way, we are going to point it down this way. So I'm just going to pencil that in and do that lightly, but I'm going to add a little pressure to it so that you can see it. And the length is about the size of this wooden part here on my pencil, okay? If that helps. Once you have that in, we are going to start drawing Amplion. And it starts out really easy. You're going to draw, so let's say this is the center right here. So you're going to draw a C, and then you're going to mirror that. And the center is right through there. And then I'm going to add another curve inside. So we end up with these like kind of like a crescent moon, like 2 of them. And then from the center of that, we're going to add this, it's almost like Maria's flux. Or almost like a muka shape, however you want to look at it. And we're going to mirror that as well. And you don't want to go too far down. You want to keep it kind of at the same level as the top of your C shape. And then I'll put these little lobes on there, kind of aura this curve shape twice. And put this nice little, reminds me of the bottom of a heart shape. And then we've got one more step, which is to add another little flux-like shape, but we're going to go into here. So it's a small one. And you're going to do that on each side. It's kind of a tight fit, but you can do it. All right. And I like to have mine come to a point because that's just how I am. But you could have it more stem-like if you'd like. All right. And then I like to actually, before going a step further, I like to take the time to ink these in. All right. So we've got one of those in. We're going to rotate. And we're going to do one on this side as well. So we start with our C shape, and keep in mind that this is the halfway point here. That. And then come in with this flux or muca-like shape on both sides, and kind of keep it the same level as the top of that crescent moon or C shape. Once you have one on each side, you can add these lobes. And then we'll add our, it's kind of like the bottom of a heart. And then come back and add in another mini Lux-like shape. And then before rotating, I'd like to ink these in. I like to ink it in. All right, rotate. We've got one more to do because we're doing a triangle. And again, the center would be like right about here. And we'll put in a C shape. And then mirror that. And this is kind of, I guess, my variation of this tangle. Sometimes with working with the triangle, you really have to try to fit it in there. Take a little getting used to. And we'll finish off with our little tiny little flux shapes. All right. And ink that out. This tangle is so pretty, but I know it's going to take me a while to practice with it to get a little more comfortable with it and to try different color combinations with it. All right, once I have that inked in, I think I would like to add in a little more details for this. So I am going to, in this area, I just feel like it needs something a little extra. So I'm going to kind of aura this shape on both sides. Do that twice. And then add some orbs. Let's do that for the other one too. And this is optional. I just like adding a little more detail. Mhm. Excuse me. And then the last one. All right. So we have something cute like this. And this is where I'm going to now switch over to my red pen and add a little bit of color. I thought I'd add color to these two and just ink that in. And if you don't have a red pen, for this one, you could easily use like a colored pencil. And if you don't like red, you can, of course, use whatever color you prefer. All right, so you've got that inked in, and then let's go with this over here. And we'll rotate over and do the same thing for this one. I think this one will look really good in blue too. And then let's finish these, match these up. And rotate. This one was a little smaller over here. Thank you for tangling along with me today as we learn this one. Like I said, it's so beautiful. But I am going to have to practice a little bit. But I love learning all these new tangles during Inktober because it brings an awareness to all these beautiful tangles that I didn't know about. And let's do this part to match. Note. And then I think what I'm going to do is then switch to the black pen. And I think I'll fill in these areas around the orbs. And then do this one as well. All right, and once we have that filled in, I think I will do the outer sections in black. Mm. All right. And then I think I would also like to ink in this area. Like the tiny flux shapes. Or maybe you think they look like Muka. They kind of look like both. Rotate around. This would look great with metallic gel pens too, or glitter gel pens if you have them. I'll have to dig mine out this weekend. All right, how does that look? That looks cool. And then another thing that we can do is we can aura around this. That give it a little bit more of a complete look. And then we can take our pencil. There's not a lot of shading to do here. You can add a little bit in here, this area here. Because we added the red ink, there's just not a lot that we have to do. And then we can add some around the edge here. Oops, sorry, I went off the screen. I'm not used to working with the triangle shape, even though it intrigues me a lot. I'll have to do more with this shape. I'll make that a goal to do more on this shape and to really work with it. It's good to have goals sometimes, even if they're little ones. All right, I could add a little bit of shading to some of these larger orbs if you'd like. And then we can pick up our tortillon, kind of blend that out. And we can go along the edge here. And if you have the triangle in there like I do, you could add a little bit of shading in here just to kind of blend that out. Hopefully yours wasn't as dark as mine, but sometimes I have to use a little extra graphite so that it shows up on the screen. It's just so kind of the way it is. All right, there we go. So we have our sweet little triangular project this time with Amplion, and we did 3 of them. Very pretty, very cute. If you don't like the red and black contrast, which I like a lot, I think this would look great in like in a violet or a blue type of theme. Or if you're into browns, you could have browns and oranges. Any color combination that you'd like. All right, let's put our initials on there. Have to figure out where I'm going to put them. Oh, this is kind of tricky. Maybe I'll try to put it in here. Huh? I don't know. It's very tricky, actually. Here we go. I'm just going to tuck it in there. Sometimes it's a struggle to find out where I want to put my initials and kind of hide them in there. All right, cool. So let's fill out the back. It's my name, and the date is the October 3rd, and this is Inktober. October 2024, and it is day 3. And the tangle, oops, sorry, I'm going too fast. Amplion, Amplion. That's an A. Sorry. Um, all right, so we've got day 3, high contrast with red and black. Pretty cool. There are a lot of steps, so just take it one stroke at a time. Just go step by step slowly and remember to rotate. You could try this with 4 or 5. You could also try it as a ribbon, like a wide ribbon. There are so many things you could do with this tangle. So play around with it, make it your own. Try adding different things up here maybe. I like having the little stripes with the orbs, but you could totally try something different. And have fun with it. Thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you for bearing with me as I struggle with my asthma. Um, I will get that under control, get some rest, and I hope you get some rest too. And have a great day. And I will see you on day 4. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great time. Keep practicing, and I'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye.